Okay, hello and welcome. Video entry number 3. I'll get started right off. I'm going to take a couple of steps back and kind of get back into my introduction. Kind of felt aimless to start with the first couple videos outside of that intro. So I'm going to kind of just start on a fairly detailed history of kale. So without further ado, here we go. I was born December 20th, 1980 in Mount Vernon, Washington. Cale Winter Martindale. I was actually named Winter, from what I understand anyway. And Mother, if I'm wrong, please comment. From what I understand, it was snowing when my mother first held me, and I was born right on the solstice, or right before the solstice, I believe. And so I was named Cale Winter. And my father's last name is Martindale, obviously. My mom and dad split up shortly after I was born. I'm not going to even try and give a time. I don't know that I've asked thoroughly enough to remember the answer, whatever that means, because I don't. I don't know exactly. 2 days, 2 months, 2 years, 2 weeks, I don't know. But it was somewhere, I would imagine the first couple of years. I had one sister, She's 2.5 years older than me. We do have the same mother and father. The best woman I've ever met in my entire life, probably. And that's all that can be said. Just one of the best women I've ever met in my entire life. I love my sister to death. So some of the first memories, I think that's kind of a good place to start with this whole thing and talking about my history and who I am and where I came from. I do believe that everything about a person starts way back to those very first memories we have. I believe it's part of that moment of awareness. If you have children, you'll know or understand. There's that point somewhere around 2 years, maybe 3, maybe younger. I don't know. At some point, there's kind of that. When you catch them looking in the mirror, and they just sort of have that. You can look at them and they have that sort of awe about them, like, wait a second. Hey, wait a second, that's me. And I believe that's when our first memories start sticking. So mine, the first one I really have are of a little blue house, kind of a trailer, I guess it was, in Mount Vernon. One of them I think is a dream, and the other one is playing stickball with rocks or something. I don't remember. I was very, very little. But I do have some memories of that. After that, there's some stuff with my mom and my sister. I remember, a very traumatic event of falling down the stairs of this little house we lived in. Tearing the shit out of my side. That's all I remember about it. Don't remember it hurt. I just remember I did it. There's plenty of other memories in that house. And then another house, and a boyfriend that my mother had, I remember. And this is all, between the ages of I would think about 2 to somewhere around 4. When I was about 4, we ended up in Bellingham, me and my mom and my sister. And I do have some fairly strong memories of that too. There was a little ice cream shop next to the apartments we lived in, and my sister and I would go get ice cream. I have some memories of that. And I was pretty young. Like I said, probably 4, because that's about when I met my stepdad. We were living in Bellingham at the time, and I do believe I was 4 years old, from what I heard from him, if I remember correctly.